They're trying to get me to understand a certain mentality, but I'm having a hard time, so I have to talk it out so I can hear it through. I think it is very fucked up, so bear with me here. It's hard that, it's heavy. It's like a man who, what is it? He wants to dominate other men. But it's not that it's not that. What is it? He wants to, it's like he's mad at other men. So I'm not sure, I'm trying here. He's mad at other men. It's like he wants to show that he is, it's like stronger or better, or it's a way to get back at men. I'm really trying here. What is that? It's like this man, there's something. I'm going to have to keep going and we'll try to come back to it. There's something that happens and what gets him off is connecting, it's like with their wives. What he perceives and hopes is their most precious thing. So he'll get them where it hurts. And so, if men aren't loving their wives, that aren't connected with their wives, that aren't in alignment with one another, if they don't have those strong bonds, then he can sliver in there, right? If they're not getting love and attention and affection and feeling desired and all these things, then this man can infiltrate, right? And then that is, sorry, it's really heavy, all the stuff they're showing right now. It is going to kick the man in the gut. But then the man, they're showing the man he hurts, gets mad at the wife, and it's like, well, not seeing his part, not seeing that they weren't working as a team shoring up that spot. Like, yes, everybody's in charge of their own happiness, but if you're united as one and there's an infiltration, if there's a hole, there's a leak in the system, then it is both of your jobs to figure it out. And if you're not caring or wanting to figure it out, then don't get mad when it gets taken over. Okay, but that's not the whole point of them showing me this. It's something with the man who's doing it, his mentality. So it's like he gets his rocks off. Doing that, but it's more than that. It's like he likes to target, it's like powerful men. It's to show them they're not so powerful or they don't have it all. Right? Like if they, like why that, like it's something right there. It's like it's not even like they have what he wants, yes, but it's not in the physical form. It's like, it's like he wants to knock them down a peg. He wants to harm others. It's, God, it's sorry, it is heavy. It is disturbing, all the stuff they're showing, and I'm still having a hard time pinpointing it or nailing it down. It's like, it's not even about the women. Though he targets the women to harm the men, he's harming the men through the women. And then he harms them both, right? Because then he tosses the woman aside, totally disregards her, but totally doesn't care. Like it's so, I don't know that he's even aware. It's so fucked up. It's like robotic almost. It's like, it's so calculating. But what is it? It's like he sees these men, he sees them happy, he sees them have a good life or a good enough life, and he finds the weak spot to show it to them, to show them that he showed them. It's right there. It's like I'm trying here. It's fucked up. I feel like it's right there, but I can't seem to. It's like sliding. It's like he's angry. He's angry that others are happy. And he wants to make them not happy. He wants to show them they're not as happy as they think they are. Because we all do have vulnerable spots, but he makes sure to dig into them, to really harm them. But it's more than that. Yeah, I know, but I'm having a hard time. I can't say what you're showing me. I can't figure it out. It's like, it's so enticing for this man to, but it's harm, but he doesn't see it that way. It's something else. It's like it's really enticing for him to harm, but again, it's enticing for him to show he has. It's like to him, I think that's power. And again, it's like power over the man. Oh, God. Sorry, they are showing this one example. I've shared it with you before, kind of, where there was a married couple. And there was a man that was friends with the husband. And the wife wanted to, it's like step out of the marriage or something, or bring somebody else in. So they brought this man in. And I wonder I don't know the full story. I just know those little bits. And so it's like, I wonder what the mentality was of the husband. Maybe the husband thought, well, it's safe. It's like what is the mentality? Instead of like getting to the root of the problem or this or that, it was like, oh, this man's my friend, or this is safe, or this is whatever. But could you imagine allowing anybody else to enter that sacred space between two that are united? They'll always have that over your head. They'll always know something. They'll always have that infiltration. And it's like, how can they be with one another and even be around that other person ever again? It's something about that. It's but so like that power over them seems to light up this man, knowing that it's something. He was able to break that bond. God, it's something more, but I can't seem to see it, or it's, oh God, it's so fucked up. They've been swirling this for a while, but I keep pushing it away because, as you can hear, it's like, it's really disturbing, right? Like it's a disturbing thought process because it's also tantalizing. You can also hear how it can entice people. It's like a lure, right? It's like this lure, because it's the illusion that you're going to have those desires or fantasies, but it's bringing in the outside into something, right? That's always the downfall. Yeah, it's so, it's reminding me of a movie. There was a movie with Demi Moore and what was his name from Cheers? Woody. And keep wanting to say Harrison or something like that. Anyway, they were madly in love, but they were also just so broke. And there was a very, very wealthy man that was very intrigued by Demi Moore. Forgive me, I forget the name of the characters. This was a movie. It wasn't her. It was a movie. And I think he did offer them money just for one night with Demi. And it was the test of all tests, because I don't know if they talked about it, or if it's like they couldn't even be honest with themselves, because that's what it is. Like, the devil will lure you with something that is it's like needed. It's like where you're deprived, and then where you'll slip. And it's like you think you can overcome it. You think you can get past it. But basically, he sold his wife for money. And, right? Like, just the whole thing was it's kind of like that. That's what it is. That's what that kind of feels like. It does feel like that. It's like, that same scenario seems to be very similar to what they keep showing. So it's like this idea the devil come in, and because also in the movie, I think the offer was made to the husband, and the husband might have even, I forget it all, but so forgive me if I'm misrepresenting this, but it was something like, I think that the husband said no at first, and then said, you would have to ask her, right? Like, it was something where he was on shaky grounds. And I think the night that it came, when it all came to fruition, and he was going to get the money. And I think they even talked about it, but it was all so fucked up. I think they went off on a yacht or something. And I think once she went off, or maybe flew off, or whatever the case was, he was running to her, but he missed her. It was too late. The doors were closed. He made his choice. And he was devastated. Of course, it probably dawned on him at that point, like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Like treating his wife like cattle, like he could sell her, like he had the right or the option, that it was even worth entertaining such a fucking idea, right? And that's what it is. It's like the devil will entertain an idea that could solve all your problems, you think, right? The illusion that it would be worth it, right? This idea that, oh God, sorry, this is so heavy and it's very disturbing and sick. And it's all along the same lines of what's happening in the media. It's all the things that we hear about. It's always this. It is always this. This is why you'll see it it's so sick, but it's very much that. And it is like the devil then has power over these people. Even the knowing, it's like they do show this devil like drooling at the mouth. He's drooling with the idea that he has this power over others, or this thing that he can dangle in front of them. And so you can also hear how holding that kind of power, as fucked up as it is, you can see how that is also enticing, right? This is what encourages the breeding of, because, how can I say that? It's like the devil will breed both sides. He'll do that. He'll have power over all these people, but he'll also have power over minions, right? In other words, he'll get other people who will see what he's doing and see how enticing it can be, and how it's like their hook is power. power. Their hook is, it's like doing the same. And so they too can get lured in to, it's like being demonic. Do you see what, I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time verbalizing the words with the imagery, because it's like some of the imagery they're showing is so, it's not cartoonish, but it's so dramatic, exaggerated, that it can sound far-fetched. When they do that, it's more to help me verbalize, and yet with this example, it's challenging because I don't want to over-exaggerate, because this is very, very realistic. And this is happening all day, every day, in all of our lives, in little ways and in big ways. And it's like you don't even know which way you're being played when you're not in connection with yourself and continually focusing on being your best self and staying aligned with oneself and recognizing when you are being lured and when you're not. It is challenging in this world. It is, because we get confused when we think we want something and we're going for it, and then something will come in appearing to be the answer to that prayer. We think, oh my God, you sent it to me. That's fantastic. This is amazing. And so then it's like you can get tripped up in that if you're not clear within yourself. And the truth is, it's like you have to do that work every single day, because we're all getting muddied every day just by living. And again, but the fine line is here. You don't want to, one, hold yourself stiff, rigid, scared, stagnant. None of that. You have to make mistakes to live, to grow, to learn, to know. And yet, oh God, sorry, I feel like I'm missing the full message on this one, because it is very interesting. It's very heavy. I think it's heavy to me because I can actually see and feel and understand the lure, the desire of the devil, the frothing of the devil's mouth. I get why that's enticing for him. You know, like when you have power, this is what you hear: misuse of power. It's like when people understand something, when they hear or learn, they understand how something is or how it works or this or that, they can choose what to do with that, right? And so this is, I guess, a good example of that, like people choosing to utilize their power for bad, to harm others. And that also can be debatable, right? Like they could very easily use the cop-out bullshit excuse of, well, they chose. It was an option. They made a choice. And so, if anything, I pointed out their weakness and where they need to learn to love themselves and work on themselves. And yet, I would argue, if you have that power and if you have that sight and you see that within them, isn't there a better way to go about that than actually causing the damage? It's almost like somebody throws a bomb in where they know it'll blow everything up. If you see that there's an area that can blow everything up, why wouldn't you offer that advice in a better way versus actually throwing the bomb in and saying, see, now you can see that's where you get blown up. I'm not verbalizing that well, but I hope you can hear it. And so it's that idea of people can choose to it's utilize your power for good or for bad. You have to make a choice. And I guess this is supposed to be on every scale, because that's always the choice. And it can be seen at every level of your life. And I guess it basically determines who you are and who it shapes you to be. The choices you make determine how you turn out, how you want to be, how you want to live your life. And it's like, do you want to be that drooling devil who's just sick with power? He can't get enough at the expense of others. And again, it's like he can justify his inability to satiate himself with harming others as his duty of showing them, right? It's like he has his mental, not excuse, it's mental justification, right? He can justify, of course he can. Of course, that's what the human mind does when it doesn't want to see itself purely, truly, cleanly. It will justify, and it will find any fucking way it can to excuse itself, to justify itself as to why it needs to do what it's doing, why it's right to do what it's doing, why it's good for it to do what it's doing. That's what it's doing. It's like the devil will justify, well, you're welcome. How fucking fucked up is that? I hope you can hear all of this message. It's really wonky, everything they're showing and attempting to get me to say, but I don't know that I'm saying it even in a pure way. I'm not sure. I feel so choppy in this one that I'm not sure that you're hearing any of it. If you heard, there was even a break in the music at one point. It was almost like... Yeah, so sometimes I wonder this too. It's like, are they asking me, what do I want to do? Right? Like, do I want to use my power for good or bad? It's like they let me feel and see and understand the enticement of having... It is enticing to use your power for bad, in that a lot of people end up going down that path, and they do gobble up that power more and more in that direction. And when they don't see the immediate consequences, as a matter of fact, not only do they not see the immediate consequences, they get rewarded for choosing that indulgence. But it's the indulgence at the expense of others. That's what is the crux of this. If you can hear it, it's like it negates the number one rule. It negates the one important rule. To treat others how you want to be treated, or don't treat others how you don't want to be treated. It forgets that rule, and gets excited on the reward of the satiation of the feeling, but it's only an immediate hit. This is why it never ends. This is why they can't get enough. This is why they continue to gobble up, they continue to harm, they continue to do more, and can never ever get satiated, because they're getting satiated from that outside themselves, which they see versus going within and filling up and filling that hole from within. And so they just continue to do more and more and more harm, and feeling and seeing the immediate reward, and all the while forgetting the number one rule. And so it's the idea of like digging a deeper ditch the more they do it. And sometimes they get so far deep in that ditch that they're aware of it. They're like, oh fuck, what have I done? And because they don't want to face the hole they're in that they have to now get out of, they choose to not. They choose to continue digging that tunnel and going deeper into the darkness, because it's feeding that immediate fix. And they've yet to... It's like they don't want to turn and face it, and they feel like they don't have to turn and face it. They'll just keep doing what they're doing and ignoring it. And there comes a time and place, a day and space, when you no longer can, but you could get trapped in that tunnel where, it all comes crumbling down and you're stuck deep in that tunnel, and it's now closed off. Everything's filled in on the other side. You can't even get out. So now you got to dig a tunnel to get back up and out. But who do you have to blame? You dug yourself down there, swearing it was enticing and it felt good. We could go on with the visions right now, and I feel like that's what I'm doing. I feel like they keep, and it's no point. I think you heard the message. You have to decide. You have to decide, what is truly honoring you? Don't get fooled by the illusion. Don't get fooled by that. Like, don't get fooled by, oh, that feels really good. I love that immediate fix. It's like, ask yourself the right question. Is this honoring me and taking me to the highest and greatest timeline of mine? Is this making me be the person I want to be? Am I going to be proud of this? Am I harming another? Would I want to be, if I do this, would it be harming anybody else? If it does, if it affects anybody else, am I going to be okay when I'm on the other end of that? Am I going to be okay when I'm on the other end of that? Because I will be at some point. Maybe not this lifetime, but one of these lifetimes. That's what happens. That's the question to ask. What you put out is what's going to come back. It's just the law. And so what's challenging is it's not always immediate, and that's what confuses people. I'm looking around, I'm thinking, is that true though? Because I feel like we are always shown a mirror, and I feel like everything is immediate because it's showing us, but it is showing us choices too. We've gotten tripped up here before. It's like, if something is called in, maybe a better way to say it is if something is called in, it's called in based on the choice you're grappling with. So it might be like, you could be calling in something that is allowing you to choose and see more clearly what it is that you're grappling with, what your choices are. And, other times you're vibrating so beautifully high that you see everything clearly, and so everything clearly comes to you in a clear, pure form, and it's bliss. And that's ultimately the goal that I think we all want to get to. But again, if you haven't reached those heights because you're swimming down in these devil stories I'm telling you, then it's easier to get more enticed by that less than version and be confused and muddled when you're down there. Because again, it'll give you that immediate hit, that immediate fix that quickly wears off. But then you get quickly addicted to it. And to get out of that addiction is like damn near impossible because you're so deep in that tunnel. So it's like you might no longer want to be there. You might be ready, but now it's going to be so much fucking harder. But again, it's like that was the choice you made. So it's like to add salt into the wound when you recognize it all began and ends with you. You have to choose. Sorry, I feel like they keep tapping into heavy stuff, but I literally could talk about this kind of thing all day long, as you hear me do all day long, every day. Because it is fascinating to me, the choices we make, even when we know that's it. Thank you. That's also it. Thank you. Yes, even when we know better, even when we've learned the laws, even when we understand, people still make such interesting choices. It's like, even when we know better, what is that? It's exhaustion, it's depletion, it's when you're not able to figure out how to unlock certain things inside. You start seeking outside. And so you may know better, you may know the laws, you may hear your intuition, you may have connection, and yet you'll choose the less than because you're so deprived there and you haven't figured out how to unlock it within. And so you'll take it thinking it's a temporary fix, it's a quick fix, and then you'll get back to. But sometimes that's all it takes is that one time, and there is no getting back. There is no getting back to. You've fallen deep within the abyss. There was something they took me to the other day. Oh boy. That's very interesting. I don't know if it was right before an incident, or right after an incident. I'm not sure, but it was certainly all around that incident where it was, oh God, I wish I could remember. Maybe I should start looking and reading where they're taking me. I just go to where they're taking me and read what they tell me to read, but I don't necessarily know what was it? It was, if you choose that, it was more or less, if you choose that, don't ever come back to me. If you choose that, don't ever come back to me. It was something like that. It was something, I will never let you back in, or I will never, oh shit, I wish I could remember. But I'm trying to spit it out. It was more or less that. It was more or less, you know what it was? And I feel like they're showing a whole bunch of stuff now because they're showing all these different dreams too. It was like somebody, I don't know if I even share these dreams. There was one dream where there was feathers flying everywhere. And it was like my filter was filling up like wild, and it was constantly having to be emptied, but it was no point in it. There was no point. There was no stopping it. What had to be done is we had to find the hole where it was coming from to heal the hole, to close the hole, to fix the hole. And otherwise I would just be going in circles, emptying the filter, filling the filter, and it was insane. And this is what people end up doing oftentimes is trying to fix the immediate issue, not recognizing, no, you need to get to where are these fucking feathers coming from? Let's close this hole. And then we can clean up. But cleaning up before you close the hole is almost stupid, because you'll never finish that. You'll never, it was a never-ending supply. And so it's like it's just like us, like somebody can rip open a wound, and if you keep putting Band-Aids on it, basically you're going to put, but let's just say your blood doesn't clot. So then you put a Band-Aid on it for the rest of your life until you have no more life because you've run out of blood, because it's never stopped bleeding. You have to figure out why your blood isn't clotting. Why isn't it healing up? Why isn't it closing? Does it need to be stitched and then other things looked at? Do you see what I'm saying? Does this make sense to anybody? Oh man. And it was something like this. It was like this knife sliced you open. They're saying from the rooter to the tutor. This knife sliced you wide open. And it took for fucking ever to stitch that up and heal that up. And you're still a little sensitive there. Why would you go back to that knife who's saying, hey, I'm shiny, come over here? This is a bad example. But that knife is just going to slice you open again. It's a knife. It doesn't give a fuck. It's what it does. It slices. So, will you want to test out how strong you are or something? You want to test, like, that's just stupidity. And so then, this is like all the cells in your body and your skin going, go ahead, you want to slice open again? We're not healing again. We're not clotting again. We're not closing over again. We're never, that's it. That's it. You want to go out that way, then go out that way. You want to go out that way, then go out that way. It's something about that. Maybe remember long ago they used to always talk about 3. Maybe it's that idea that this is your last chance. And sometimes we have to look at it like that. Maybe all your hard decisions. Maybe look at all your hard decisions that way. If this were your last chance, this was it. This was it. Is it worth, you're starving in the desert. You're so dehydrated. And somebody offers you a glass of water and it's illusion. You need to ask yourself, if I take this sip of water, is it going to be worth it? This is it then. Or can I suck it up and keep going until I actually get back home? It's a bad example too. I know, but you're flashing all this stuff too quick. I can't get it out. In other words, sometimes that last thing that we swear we need just to get us to the next step is the very thing that's going to kill us. It's the very thing that you're going to be like, no, it wasn't worth it at all. I didn't think it was my last chance. I thought it was the bridge to get me to keep going. I thought it was the thing that was going to help me to keep going. I thought it was going to wet my whistle for a minute so I could keep going. I didn't realize taking that meant I couldn't keep going, meant I was going to die right then and there. These are all the wrong examples. I'm not able to get the words out right here. It's something about that. It's like asking ourselves the right question at the right time. If I choose this, is it going to take me up or down? And maybe it's not even going to take you up or down. It's going to keep you in, or it's going to take you out. If that were the case, if it was that worst case scenario, would you still want it? Do you want it that bad? You think you do because you're that dehydrated or that deprived. And then you're out. And when you're out, when you get taken out, you go right back into unconditional love. So you fill up immediately. So then you will anyway. Yet then when you're fully satiated and back to your sanity, you're like, well, fuck, I wasn't done playing the game that round. Oh, well. Oh, well, you got to start all over. Oh, well, if you want to go back, now you got to start all over. You know, your soul has to slip into a brand new bodysuit. Good luck. You got to start all over. I hope you remember. That's the idea of you got to learn the lessons before you go out each round. Otherwise, you come back at that same unlearned lesson level, but kind of like deeper in the hole. Oh, good Lord. I got to get off. This is too much. Thanks so much for tuning in and listening. You can now purchase an audio journey with me using the link below.